Hello all, welcome to this session. In this session, I am going to answer one of the Java interview questions. That is, can you initialize the final specified variable inside a constructor? The answer is yes. It is possible in Java to initialize a final specified variable inside a constructor. Basically, there are two ways in Java to initialize the final specified variable. First way is by initializing the variable in the line where it is declared and specified with that final modifier. Okay, in the same line you are initializing. The other way that most of the people doesn't know is if you have not initialized that particular variable where you have declared it in the same line, you are not initializing it, where the final modifier is specified and it's declared in the same line. If you are not initializing it, then the other place where you can initialize that kind of final specified variable in Java is a constructor, guys. Okay, these are the only two ways. First way is the same line where it is declared and specified with final modifier. If that is not done so, you can initialize the final specified variable inside a constructor. That is the second place. Okay. So a lot of people know about the first thing, that is initializing the variable in the same line where it is declared and specified with the final modifier. But most of the people doesn't know that you can also initialize the final specified variables inside a constructor too if it is not initialized in the same line where it is declared. Okay. So let me practically demonstrate this one for you. For that, I'll switch to this Eclipse IDE. I'm going to create a new class for that. I'll just name this class as class V. Okay. Click on finish. Yeah, done. A class will be created in a while. And now I'm going to create a variable int a. You see, when I create a variable like int a, you see the Java is not asking me to initialize this variable. No compiler error, nothing. Everything looks fine. Okay, no problems. But the moment I specify the final modifier before this variable, the Java compiler errors kicks in, where it will ask you to initialize the variable. You see, it's not initialized. That's why you are getting the error. One way to initialize this variable is in the same line where you have declared it and specified with this final modifier. Like this, you can initialize. This is one way. Or if you don't want to initialize this here to overcome the problem, the other place is in Java programs, other place where you can initialize this final modifier specified variables is inside the constructors. So public constructors will not have return type. The name of the constructors will match with the name of the class. Need to match with the name of the class. And this is a constructor, guys. You see, I'm getting an error here. The error has switched from here to here because since I have not initialized the variable here, now the Java is cleverly thinking that, so this guy has specified the final modifier before a variable. This guy has not initialized the variable here. So maybe he is thinking to initialize the variable inside a constructor. That's why the error, compiler error that was there here to initialize this variable has shifted to this constructor, guys. Over the mouse, you see, it's saying to initialize this inside the constructor. So if I say a is equal to 9 here or something, some value, you see, the error will be gone. Either you can initialize the variable in the same line where it is declared and specified with final modifier, or in Java, you can also initialize means what? Assigning the first value to the variable, okay? Inside the constructor. That also you can do. You cannot update the value. Okay, once you initialize, the task is done, guys. If you try to update the value, you're going to get a compiler error. You see, because this is a final means constant value. The value of this initialized value of this particular variable cannot be updated anymore. Okay, that's what final means, right? Either it has to be initialized in the line in which it is declared and specified with final modifier, or it has to be initialized inside the constructor. So hope, guys, with practical demonstration, you got the answer for this question. So that's all for this session. Thank you. Bye bye.